Yo.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Nice. I'm chilling. I got a really good night's sleep last night. So I'm glad it's like been a heat wave here and it's finally cooling down and now I'm just sleeping like a baby. So I feel really good.
It's the opposite of me. I
Uh,
drove back from the Minnesota Monthly last night. I got home at 2 a.m. in work today. So I'm like, man, I actually decided I'm just not going to do a tournament that tight again. It's not worth it.
yeah, no, lack of sleep definitely is the worst feeling. Just makes you
Yep.
feel dead. Okay, but hopefully you can still focus on the lesson and stuff like that.
I think I should be okay.
Okay. Okay, so I think most people know you, but maybe you could still do just like an intro really quick for
uh,
yeah, just like where you're from, tag, uh, goals for the game, and how long you've been playing.
yeah. Tags Reesch. I'm a Captain Falcon main from Kansas City. Been playing for like 8 years. And I think my goals right now are like get really good at every matchup. I think it's like a clear goal to have because most of my career, my goal's been like hit top 100. I think I might squeak that out this year. So it's like, okay, I got to move on from that.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. And what are we going to be going over today?
I want to do two things. First, I want to go over me versus Sharp because against Peach, I think I do a large number of really, really good things and a large number of really, really bad things. So if I just stop doing the bad things, I win this set 3-0. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that,
So
with
are you trying
Falco,
to figure out like what the bad things are, or
yeah, pretty much.
okay?
Because I figured out earlier this year, I started watching lessons that you do,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a shit ton of knowledge just about the game in my brain, but I'm really bad at picking out like the strongest options and like going from like strongest to weakest essentially. But you're pretty good at like picking out, yeah, just start with this and go from there. And then I'm like, oh shit, now all the other things I do make a lot more sense.
I see. Okay, cool. All right. So do you want to just hop right into that, or
Yeah, let's do it.
okay, cool. The screen share is working.
Yes, I can
Okay,
see it
great.
fine.
All right. Let's see. Just watch for a second, see what comes up.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's already been like a few things so far that all kind of tie into the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, Basically, it's kind of like what you were saying, and I think the main thing comes from like it doesn't look like you're fully respecting Falcon's ability to like be able to disengage from Peach. And I think
Okay.
that like that as the Peach is the frustrating part about Falcon. It or like probably the most frustrating part because like so it's kind of like if you put Falcon directly next to Peach and they both just kind of throw moves at each other, then like the pieces of Falcon that are really good or the main piece of Falcon that makes him like so good is like his speed is not relevant when you're up close. So it's kind of like when I'm teaching Falco players and I say that like, oh, if you don't shoot lasers, you're playing laserless Falco. Like you're playing
Yeah,
Falco without the pieces of him that are strong. And
I've heard you
so
mention that a lot.
there's been a bunch of parts. Wait one second. Did I hope I didn't spell your name wrong in the stream title, but it's not a big deal. Okay, but anyway. All right. So,
I definitely think I do better about it later in the set, but
okay, yeah, I just wanted to so like obviously if you get stuck in these shield situations, like that's already bad.
yes.
So it's kind of like really So I know this matchup definitely better from the Peach end than the Falcon end. Like, I do know it from the Falcon end, but, like, what always jumps out to me is, like, oh, like, this Falcon is making themselves kind of hittable. Because the thing that's frustrating as Peach is that, like, you basically just have to sit there walling forever, and then Falcon kind of gets to choose his moment. But if Falcon just wants to be mad interactive and get in there, then I'm like, oh, I'll just, I'll float low, I'll up air trade, I'll get, like, a big combo. Like, the more interactive the Falcon is, the easier this matchup feels. And then, like, the more they try to get me in center and do a bunch of, like, big cross-ups and stuff like that, the harder I think it is. And then, usually the priority at low percent is getting some sort of, like, grab or catching Peach in the air. And one of her main vulnerabilities is that, like, so basically Falcon gets to run around, and he gets to, like, just hope for his kind of, like, drive-by attempt type things. And then a lot of times when he's moving around, he can sort of make Peach jump or get into the air. And then he doesn't have to, like, work her off the ground. Because she's trying to hit him in the air, but he has such a good full hop, and he's so good on the platforms that a lot of times he can kind of just get out of the way. And then maybe scoop her with an up air, and then it's like, oh, up air, nair, up air, or something like that, So I don't really like jumping in immediately like this, because as La Peach, it's basically getting rid of the hard part of the matchup for me.
Gotcha.
It's like just being right in my face. I'm like, oh, I love when Falcon's in my face. But then, like, let's say you do something like this, where you get this nice, like, stalemate right here. You're not gonna really get to approach after this. A lot of these situations are just like, yep, it's not what I want. Like, basically, you want the situation where you close the gap to be looking really ideal. And as the faster character, you get to choose that situation more than the slower character does. So, if you're in a situation like this, and Peach whiffs this forward air, and you ask the Peach, like, would you rather Falcon ran away to the other side platform, or would you rather he, like, dropped on you and tried to fight you at 0? They'd be like, oh, yeah, come on, like, let's go, Falcon, like, hop down here and let's fight. So, like, this could have gone really wrong with, like, CC grab, CC down smash, all kinds of things. And there's just no reason to do it at 0 when you get to choose your opening. So I think just, like, being a lot more careful at low percent is helpful. And then, like, super try to avoid shielding. Like right here after this roll, like, you're at 0, you can just dash away and whatever, hold down, and even if you don't hold down, if you just dash away here, you're going to be fine without shielding. But as soon as you shield, it's another thing that takes away your mobility. Your number one priority against Peach needs to be, like, abuse mobility. Because if you just stick them next to each other, like, if Falcon had the same speed as Peach, Peach would win the matchup. Like, he wins only because of his speed. He doesn't win because he has super magical moves or anything like that. And I don't even think he wins all that much with his speed. I've said for a while I think this matchup is okay 50-50. For Peach. Yeah, maybe 55-45. But yeah.
After you described how you would play neutral against Falcon as Peach to Polish, I was like, damn, okay, I kind of get what he's getting at.
Yeah, like, it's just this really strong wall and stuff like that, but even then, like, when I play Falcons, it's just the fact that, like, I have to read their going in, and they get to, like, dash dance and kind of bait me forever, that it feels like it's still a little bit in their favor, because I can't really make anything happen, and it feels like if I end up at, like, a deficit and I have to go in and kind of get, like, take myself out of my comfy little corner position, that, like, things just get messy really fast. Whereas, like, if Peach has the lead, like, yeah, it's annoying for Falcon, but he still has 8 minutes to, like, decide when to go in, where Peach just, like, I can't go in. So that was, good nair spacing. The knee is fine, good pressure. And yeah, this is a lot more what you want to do, where you're like, nope, I full hop, like, here. This is just completely uninteractive, and this is what you want, where you're like, oh, I'm kind of vulnerable, so I full hop. And then, like, you didn't even have to shield here. Peach can't make it here in time. She's mad slow. So it's like, it's all about the movement. And then the nair poke, and then get out of the way. This is good. But I still, like, until you kind of get her in the air, jumping in like this is just super scary, unless you were just going to jump straight by her. But, like, I don't know. The Peach doesn't really have a reason to not throw out hitboxes. So, like, as soon as something like this happens where I get clipped, I almost always will, shield for a second, nair out, float cancel dash attack, wave dash in, down smash. Like, I'm going to try something here as Peach. Why? Because I have to take any opportunity to interact I can get. Like, I want to use my big, beefy hitboxes, and, oh, it's time to interact? Okay, attack, 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 move, attack, move, attack. She has to play this very, like, kind of risky aggro style. And if you just play into that by, like, jumping in here, like, oh, I hit her, I have an advantage, then you're just going to get hit, like kind of like this back air. Because she has no reason not to just be chucking out hitboxes. She's not going to be, like, scared of you here. She wants to just be doing this. Okay.
So would an easier rule for me to follow be something like, if it's not like a stomp or a grab at low percent, it's just not worth fighting with her at all? Like after I hit that bear, I should just be like, all right, that's not like a meaty hit, so I'm just,
if
like,
she's on the ground, yeah.
Okay.
You a lot of it is you kind of want to get her to try to float or get in the air and then land like a nair at like low percent or an up air. Because, like, obviously your goal is to get her into the air anyway. At 0, it is sort of tricky, and I would say you just kind of want to wait it out and look for, like, stomp, grab, or hit her out of the air are pretty much the only options you can get at low, like, super duper low percent.
Okay.
And you can sort of space your nair in ways where, like, she has trouble really getting in on it, but it's a little bit risky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you ended up dying for that just because, like you were saying, you ended up making a couple choices that just weren't that high value. Like, one of the back airs hit, and the other one, like, almost hit, and it's like, well, yeah, she's at 32%, and you're dead. Yeah, because, like, you can die off of pretty much anything in this matchup, depending on the position, so it's just really, it's really scary if you don't. And, like, these are the positions that Peach loves the most. Like right here, I would not have really gone down into this position just because it gives her this free, like, corner pressure. And, like, yeah, you can come down here and, like, she's in the air, so I think if you're gonna come down here in the corner, you want to immediately, like, do an aerial out of the corner. Like, if you're here, you want to immediately kind of jump out and nair up air. But I would have still liked you just going down to the side plat and, like, maneuvering around until you find something, like, favorable. Because it's like, if you got to choose what situation you would play out in the game, this would probably not be the one that you really want. Right. And because you're the faster character, you kind of chose this. So it just becomes like an issue of, like, you want to just stay in strong positions, or you just have the option to stalemate. So anytime you feel tempted to go into a bad position, a lot of times you can just stalemate her and be fine. And then, like, yeah, I know this is super tempting too, but, like, as Peach, I love this. Like, if I jab and you jab me back, I'm just like, let's go! Like,
I've spent so much of my career just jabbing people,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I know in my heart of hearts that this does not work.
This is just a really tough habit to break for sure. No, I feel you. I think if you're gonna do... No, I honestly wouldn't even do one jab.
Just no jab. Just no jabs ever.
Yeah, I would probably, like... You could stomp pressure here, or you could just dash away, or you could
run away. Yep.
Go to the platform, just dash back. Peach's dash attack, I'm not sure how aware you are of the range on Peach's dash attack, but it goes almost no distance. It looks like it goes way further than it goes, where, like, 99% of the move is, like, weak hitboxes or things that just hit you away. So
those don't matter?
Yeah, and those really are completely irrelevant, especially against Falcon. So the only one you really want to worry about is the one that's kind of, like, literally at this distance. Like, if she dash attacked from right here. Not with, like, the run frames, but if she, like, ran to here and dash attack, it would hit you. But if she's any further than this, the dash attack is kind of irrelevant. So dashing into the corner is fine, as long as you're, like, comfortable with it, and you know that if she floats, you want to immediately aerial, and then if she doesn't, then you want to, like, kind of get around her or something like that.
Sorry, Can you say that sentence about, like, immediately aerialing again?
Yeah, so like this, where you get in this bad position in the corner, and you're just like, oh, well, she's in the air, so I'll just jump out with, like, this nair. Like, that was good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because she has to. I mean, she's in the air, so it's like gotta
Uh-huh.
get those hitboxes out.
Exactly. And then like this is like a solid situation where like at no point does Peach have the ability to like really harm you, and you get this nair, and then you're trying to just look for like a sort of knee thing. That's like what you want. You want to maximize. I'm gonna ignore that. You know, like you
Yeah.
want to maximize the amount of time that like Peach can't do anything to you, that you can kind of do things to her. So like I like these nairs. Now that she's sort of past the low percent and nair knocks down, you seem comfy because you're like, I'll just space nairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want near knee at this point.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, once you get to these percents, killing Peach is actually sort of a headache. I think,
Dude, especially sharp. They got out of like. They weren't all perfect, but they did the wiggle out air dodge every single time on the down throws.
um, um, you don't have to. Well, I mean, okay, so wiggle out air dodge is definitely like optimal. I just use tap jump air dodge because it's like guaranteed to get out every time, even though I lose my double jump.
Sure, but you're not in need, so.
But yeah, and so it's like I think it's not a good idea to expect the down throw knee to be reliable. I think
Yeah.
honestly, hard reading the air dodge is kind of good, and otherwise it's mostly about like nair knee and up air knee and like stomp knee stuff. Um, Peach is just not easy to kill. I think a lot of times the important part is just getting her off stage, which
Yeah,
is
and then
I definitely think you can up air more than you're nairing right now.
okay.
Nair is more when she's directly. Like Nair, I think is a better pressure, but then up air is like a better punish a lot of times, especially at like those
Okay.
mid percents. Like if you hit her with an up air at like 60, a lot of times like you're not. And I think part of it comes with the nature of doing Nair. A lot of times you're doing stuff like Nair in place fade back, or like fade back Nairs in general, and then like you don't really get as much distance. Whereas a lot of times up airs are like full drift in, you hit the up air at the beginning of your jump arc, so you drift super far afterward, and it's really easy to catch like DIs away and stuff like that because you like full jumped in with this up air first.
Makes a lot of sense because then yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And
It's
like
funny to
that's
just cross her up and make her feel like shit.
and that's an issue that comes up for a lot of characters. Like Falco is extra like that because he's so slow. Where like if
Uh-huh.
you don't do an aerial, like if I don't nair you with forward momentum, I'm never gonna get anything out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously forward momentum is great on the nair too, but the problem is because of the multi hit, and it already happened a couple times, is that like you do the nair, but then you kind of
Like,
single hit or cross up, or like you kind of fly past them with the nair.
yep.
And that's where the up air happens. I would say the up air is sort of Falcon's real like power move against Peach. It's the
Okay,
it's the
rather
it's
than
the
Nair.
it's the way more frustrating move for me. Like obviously Nair is really good in neutral, but like getting sharked and stuff like that, up air is just so frustrating. Like edge guarding me, like keeping me in the air. And yeah,
Very
like
cool
when
mechanic.
she's like this, like I don't know, there's not really a reason to respect the fact, like I know she can drop at any time here, and so you don't want to get hit by that, but also I've noticed you've done it every time so far, that when he floats at this platform height in between, you never like use any of you basically treat Peach as like this massive moving wall that's like pushing you into the corner, and it's definitely not true. Like you still like as Peach here, you feel rather vulnerable to up airs and stuff like that, or him just dash dancing and you drop this dumb nair and get grabbed at 0 and then down throw into whatever and you get a bunch of damage on you, you know? So like Peach, what Peach wants from this position is for you to fear all her options and dash into the corner so she gets a nice strong interaction. I honestly
Okay.
think that this float is really bad because
Not good.
yeah, because
That's like perfect up air height.
yeah, you can get up aired, you can get dash dance grabbed. Falcon can dash past you here if you try to move in. He can use the side plats to some extent to like go over here and then maybe jump off with like a stomp, or like not a stomp here, but like he can use like jump off aerial, shield drop aerial, run off aerial. He can aerial from the ground. He can dash through. There's so many things that could happen to Peach here that are really bad. You shouldn't treat this like, oh no, like I have to go into the corner and shield because Peach was in center stage floating with like an aerial or something, you know, like, and yeah, a lot of times Peach will want, something like this fair, and this fair would have like Peach would have taken like 60 damage if you just hit her out of this. And then there's the back air at low percent, and then the drive-by nair kind of has some problems sometimes because of this, but it's still better than nothing, and you get this nice pressure. You dash way. This might actually be a big one. So because I keep seeing it here and then here, where you're dashing too far away based on like what Peach can actually do. Like, so you're like way here, whereas the furthest fair that Peach can hit is like all the way over here. There. And so it's like this, and so I noticed this, and then right here I noticed this, where you're right here, the farthest you need to go to dodge dash attack is like this edge of the platform, and you want to stay as close as possible to Peach to create like that pressure, like that, oh, I'm close enough to you to maybe pressure you with my moves or get an unreactable grab, but if you try to hit me, I'm just instantly going to teleport away. So you go a little bit too far away here, and it just completely destroys the pressure. And so like the pressure is just gone now because you're sort of going too far away. Honestly, even in here, you're a little bit too far away. Like you're sort of respecting her dash attack as if like she's here, and then like the max range of her dash attack is here, and I gotta stay outside of that. And it's like, nah, like the max range of her dash attack is like awful. Like I love doing this illustration for people, so let me just do this really quick.
Actually, you don't really have to show me unless it's for the video. I get it. Like I do, if I get hit by the weak hit, I can just disengage it.
But it's so close. I'll do it for 30 seconds. Just because I like doing it so much.
Okay.
So that one hits. Look at that. That hits away. It's like right here. It's like I can't even get. Let me see. It's like. So it's like unless she hits you with this one, you literally just go out, and then already it's weak hitboxes. So basically 90+% of the move is kind of irrelevant, especially the Falcon, who will just CC or just like slide off all these like away hits. So you can definitely get way closer here, and basically this changes neutral so much, that little bit of range, because it basically puts you, like I said, unreactable grab range and nair pressure range without really being vulnerable. And it'll put the Peach in a spot where they want to play more like the way that I say to play this matchup as Peach, with like the walled aerials and like the floats and stuff like that. And because you're playing farther away, I like this as Peach because I'm like, oh, like they're respecting me a ton. If they nair, the first hit will go like way over here, and I'll get to just crouch on, like CC down smash or something like that. You want to be at that range where like the first hit of nair can kind of hit Peach's head, but you want to be safe. And you can kind of just poke in and out of that range and make her life miserable forever. Whereas if you're a little bit too far away, like, notice that there was not a single point in here where Peach felt like she had to really aerial, like, wall. It was just, he was just like, oh, like, this nair was like Peach trying to attack you. And, like, there's no reason for that. Like, Peach should be trying to defend right here.
Just a quick thing, Sharp goes by they, but... You were just saying but Sharp goes by they.
Oh, they. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, just real quick. No, I'll get.
I'll just continue talking about she and he is Peach and Falcon. That's my default here anyway. Okay, so this is really good. I like this. Where like the thing is, you don't have to wave dash here either. The dash is still better than the wave dash, but at least you moved. Like, you didn't, like, let Peach hit your shield for no reason. But, like, look at this position where, like, right here, why not just dash out of the way, you know?
Yeah, I just wave dash for no reason a lot.
And then you can nair out a shield here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to watch a little bit more of it. Oh, definitely got to go for that next up air. This is like the type of opening. This is like the game changer openings on Peach, where it's like if you can get this, then Peach's stock like disappears really quick. Of just like up air, and then you go for the up air, and you literally have a chance to kill her if she DIs the up air really badly. And then otherwise you get another up air, and she's far off stage, and you know she's gonna come back, and you get like more up air sharking, more possible. Like the most common times that I get up air need are like I use my float, I use my double jump, I try to air dodge back, and then he'll like up air, and then there's no way I'm getting out of this knee, you know?
Yep.
So when Peach is off stage, you just want to go get her like in spots like this, and then sort of try to get her to exhaust her resources. So like definitely another up air here immediately would have been really great. But then otherwise you catch her in this nice position. And then you just like missed the platform. I would have been confused by this too, so no worries.
Yeah.
And then remember, right here, you are threatened, move. You literally will teleport. Like she's so slow, I promise. If you had dashed away here, you would have dodged shielding. This. And then let's see. Right here, I like this. You got out of the corner. And then you pressure here. That works. Yep. Okay, nice. I honestly think the Wizzy thing here is the best, where you just run off double jump up air. I don't think going for this, like, jump out thing. Huh?
Yeah, just, like, double jump back onto stage with an up air.
Yeah, like, run off, double jump back, up air. It's, like, so strong.
I think I wrote that down and just didn't do it in the moment.
Makes sense. Okay, get down smashed. So that sort of like up air chain type of thing, the more times you get that in a game, the more like successful you should kind of count your game plan as going against Peach.
Yeah. I did a session last week against a Peach player, and I think I figured out what I want to do to like beat her like recovery and how to like shark a lot more consistently with up air.
Okay, good. Because then things get a lot easier when you're just down to like let Peach go off stage and go to the ledge and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, that's my advantage state. Because in this match so far, you're definitely like, I need to kill with a knee. Like I have to kill with a knee or she'll never die. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna end up struggling with that because you're missing out on like the majority of your advantage states. Okay, you tried to go for a grab there. That was fine. Down throw up air. I honestly just think nair is not that... Like every time Falcon does down throw nair, I'm just like, aha, like I have like literally 40 different ways to SDI out of this. Like there's a platform here, there's all this stuff here. Like nair's just not good.
Even if I do the like rising and falling nair that I should have done? Like it's either a full hop, like rising falling nair, or like a quick double jump rising falling. It's supposed to beat SDI. It's like in the fucking cookbook and shit. But
it's possible that I just don't know about it. But I am fairly certain that any nair you do in this position can get somehow SDI'd. Like if she's just rolling the stick around like crazy, it's just like, why not up air? Like in my mind, like the up air is just like the homie in this matchup. Like I'm just like, up air chance, like up air. Oh, another up air, up air. And as the Peach, you're just like, no, not up air. Like it just sets up so well for everything.
Okay, that'll also just be easier execution, so...
Yeah, like the nair, you have to like get this perfect drift and all this, and like she can literally just like... So you're saying right here you should have like full hop naired, right?
Or instant double jump, yeah. And just,
yeah, well it's like, okay, well what if Peach, you know, SDI's down or something like that? Or like, there's just all these little ways that she can kind of get out, and you full hopped, and like... Maybe she just kind of goes to this awkward spot. The up air, it just lets you do like this. Like literally you get... Probably the most important aspect of it is you get the drift forward, even if it's small, to just do like up air and then drift forward afterward. Like you wanted to do with this nair, except the up air is like, it's just guaranteed. Single hit, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, okay, that was nice. And look at this, you're using up air more? Wow, suddenly the matchup gets so much easier. Like, this stock, you just started spamming up air, and Peach is suffering.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Okay, nice nair. Ooh, okay, this is so much better. This is way closer to how... okay, so really quick, right here, I probably would have jumped here, like full hopped, just because if she full hop nairs here and you do this, you would have just gotten bodied. So I really like this nair. Super good. Pressures are in the corner. Not a reason to wave dash back here, though, because you just landed this nair. But like this spacing where you land right here and then you dash away and then you get into this, look at this spacing, boom, 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 like that, and then big punish, although I would have preferred a grab.
Yeah.
But like, oh, this is the exact spacing you want, and this is just torture for Peach. Because she's like, he's right here, there's no way I can't get him, and it's like, yep, you can't get him. Okay. And yeah, these grabs are just so much more necessary than the stomps. Because you're gonna get something off of it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Up air. Okay, good. Oh.
And then
yeah, that was just greed.
Yep.
Okay, and then recover forever. I almost feel like you could have... This is sort of like niche, I guess, but I don't think you needed to drift back here. Mostly because if she dash attacks you out of this, you're not going to get... Nothing bad will happen to you at this percent. Like, if she dash attacks you, you'll just go way up high and you'll be kind of fine. But, like, I'm not expecting that to come up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, good. Up air. Okay, go here. Shark, up air, knee. Okay, you couldn't get it anyway, that's fine. Oh no, where's the up air? You were doing it perfectly. Like right here, just up air.
Just needed more.
Up air, just up air one more time. Just up air one more time. Peach air dodge. You just do like short hop, up air, fast fall. Peach air dodges. Short hop, drift back, knee, dead. Oh no, and then you just barely messed up on the spacing here. This was like extremely close. Yeah, okay. I see. Okay. Next game. How are you in the corner? I just start the game and I'm like, what? Oh, okay. No, this makes way more sense. I just start out like, what?
Like, did he put himself there?
Yeah. Alright, I'm not really gonna... You're good enough, I don't really need to talk about this. It's just like... You're the faster character, you should never get hit by a gamble like this. It's like basically running down and getting wobbled as the match starts. It's just like, no, you should probably...
That has happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to everybody, okay? But like, the point is that it's supposed to stop happening.
Yeah.
Okay, slow gentleman, never seen that against Peach. I know you want like an early kill here, but you're risking so many up B stage spikes and nonsense like that when, like, if Peach goes to ledge and you're just on stage, you basically win the stock.
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
She just gets super stuck, right? So, like, I always just... If Peach wants to go to ledge here, I'm just like, yeah, go to ledge. And especially, I'll kind of just hang up here and, like, maybe if I want to get, like... You wanted this, like, edge hog thing, and, like, that's kind of okay. But I like to wait a little bit before going for the edge here. Just because Peach will normally do this thing where she, like, she wants to float or, like, double jump up to a height. Because if she waits and then double jumps to a height where she can only get ledge, then you're just going to stall until she dies. But if she double jumps up like this, where she could go on stage, and then she sees you're not, like, if you're up here and you're waiting for her to go on stage, she'll stay up here for a second, and then do, like, fast fall up B. So if you're gonna read Peach going to the ledge, just chill for a second here and maybe make it look like you're gonna go to ledge, but like maybe you're kind of covering on stage, and then like wait till the last second to go to ledge. But otherwise, just give her ledge. Like, you're not ever gonna lose anything by giving her ledge.
Okay.
Okay, missed the up air. That's fine. Good back air. Good up air. Good up air. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think I just fucked up my input there.
Oh, did you try to knee?
Up air and then up air there.
Oh, you tried to up air here?
No, after the reverse hit of the up air, I think I wanted a short hop up air. So after this, up air to
Oh,
air.
that makes so much sense. And then you just got stuck here, and so you go for the stomp. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I see. Slow reaction on the knee, that got you. Okay. Nice. Knee, up air, okay. If Peach is up this high, there's no reason to remain here. So remember that, like,
this was the thing I figured out last week. Is I think if she's above me at all, first of all, dash dance instead of standing still. Second of all, her being directly above me makes her able to like cross up left or right. Whereas if I'm to the side of her, I can get my like full drift up air on her.
Well, okay, yeah, that's definitely a good idea. The way I try to think of it as, I just can't let Peach get more centralized than me. I think about this in the Ditto, in Falco, in every matchup against Peach, is the entire point of her recovery is to, like, wall off, or the entire point of edgeguarding her recovery is to wall off as much as you can here and force her to ledge. Don't even try to cover ledge. Just let her go to ledge. She's horrible off ledge. So, like, when she's, like, right here, and if she goes mad high like this, feel like you can just go up to the side plat. You know, you can go up to the side plat here, no problem, because, oh no, what's she gonna do? Go to ledge? You know, she doesn't want to go to ledge. She wants center stage. So if you go to side plat here, imagine if you full hop and you were right here when she's right here. It's way scarier for her.
Yeah, because I can actually reach her.
But anyway, she gets trapped on the platforms, which is also bad for her. Yeah, like, once again, remember she wants landing hitboxes. So if she goes all the way up here, just go to the side plat. And then you can threaten her here before she has a chance to do her, like, landing stuff like this.
Okay.
Okay, yep. Not much you can do about that.
Nope.
Okay, and look, so this is, like, not perfect or anything by you, but the fact that you just don't let her get more centralized is what gets you the kill. Because what she wants here is she wants you to, like, maybe, I don't know, like, if I was the Peach here, it'd be great if I was up here and the Falcon tried to go in to hit me and then I air dodged past him or something and I got here, and then maybe just any sort of center stage thing is what I'm thinking is Peach. So just the fact you forced her into the corner and then hit her with this is good. Okay. You're not, like, this is not Peach's advantage. Like, as soon as she's up here like this, she's kind of, like, messed over. Yeah. Like, this is a big winning position for you. You can either up air, you can dash dance grab, you can, like I said before, you can go to the side plat. You have a million options here.
I'm good about that versus Sheik. I just need to do it against Peach now.
Yeah, just treat this as, like, she's got nothing on you here. By letting her land with the aerial, they're just making her life way easier. Okay, so it's this. Single hit in there. Okay, do this. Oh, you jumped here. That's why you got hit. Okay. Crazy grab. Okay. Down throw. Kind of like up throw here a little bit more, but it's fine. Okay. I think if they go at this angle, I'm pretty sure you have to, like, frame one there or something to hit this. I don't know.
I think I can regrab it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, regrab. I don't know this exact percent that well. But as the Peach here, I'm 1,000. Like, there's no freaking way. I'm like, I'll go high. You know, like, I want to get down and away as fast as possible here. And yeah, that was good defense by Sharp. But yeah, that's okay. I think it's like you're not like giving off the impression that your character's strong in the positions that he is strong. Like when Peach should literally never even float up like this, because there should be this aura of, like, haha, like, you just gave me the thing I was, like, fiending for, like my up air amazingness, you know? And then, like, Peach is moving, and you're just like, I'm so fast, you'll never catch me. Like, you want to give Peach these feelings that, like, if you get caught in the air, you're going to take 1,000,000% from up air juggles, and then if you're on the ground, you'll never catch Falcon. He's too fast. He's just going to move around forever and get little drive-bys that you can't really punish, or get little nair pokes that you can't really punish, and then eventually you're going to somehow get grabbed or end up in the air, and he'll just up air, blah, 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 off stage, forever. So, like, you need to project more in your play that you are, like, thinking about those things, because it's, like, kind of altering the neutral game. Like, the neutral game is not what I would expect necessarily from Peach Falcon, because you're almost playing it like this is, like, a losing matchup for Falcon. Okay, up airs. Nice. Nice. Knee the air dodge. Correct. Okay, let her get ledge. Just don't let her get... No! See, because she... Right here, this is what I want as the Peach more than anything. I'm trying to get the Falcon to jump out and, like, go for an up air, so I can either sneak underneath him or drift in really hard and get the up air to send me back to stage. And that is kind of what Sharp would have gotten here if this was just slightly misspaced. If they didn't, like... what's it called? Like, fast fall right there, I think this was going to reverse. Yeah, if there was no fast fall here, this would have definitely reversed, and then you would have been in a horrible position. Not horrible, I guess, because you're only at, like, 2 with Peach's 95, so she'd probably get sent over here. It'd be fine, but it's still not, like, good. Remember, let her get ledge. Like, don't like, let her get ledge, like, for free, but, like, don't let her...
That's still what I prefer.
You can, like, rather than going for, like, a mix-up, you can be like, either I hit you, or you get to ledge.
Yeah, exactly. I think that'll help me a shit ton. Honestly, could we switch over to the other set?
Yes,
I think
definitely.
That's like a lot of good info that I'll be able to use.
Okay, awesome, yeah. I was curious. I was like, I wonder if he wants to switch to the Magi set at any point.
Oh, yeah. So, right now against Falco, my only game plan is... spam nair randomly until I get a grab and then kill them every time.
Oh, that's crazy. That's everybody else's game plan too.
Yeah. But I think the two things in my mind that'll help me most immediately is, one, better defense, because the number of times I'll get shined at like 60, full DI away, and get dared because I DI'd off stage is way too high. And I can definitely like nair smarter instead of like just throwing them out for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll take a look at it. And just so you're aware, I think this matchup is horrendous.
Yeah, I know.
partially the FD counter pick is what like really hammers it home. Like, it's bad enough already. But then, like, I think that, like, basically side platform is, like, Falcon's saving grace in the matchup. Where it's like, well, at least he can stalemate. Like, at least, when Falco lasers from across the stage, you can just go to the side plat and threaten to run off up air and stuff. But on FD, it's just so nasty. It's just actually just the biggest headache. Okay. What? Okay, I'm going to ignore that nair by her.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna be
you're just dumb, like. Okay, good nair by you. I like the nair. And one thing that I think that people underrate in this matchup, because Stomp isn't as good, or like it's a lot more vulnerable, people like nair is not as high payoff as people think. A lot of times you can get shine out of shield grab, CC shine. Falco just kind of slips out. The real move you want to hit in this matchup is Stomp, but it's way harder to hit. But it should always be in your mind that, like, if I can sneak a Stomp, that is, like, the ultimate opening against Falco. Way more so than the nair. Case in point.
Yeah, because like nair, you should be able to like at least sometimes.
Yeah, like there's just so much. Nair, there's like counterplay, right? Like Falco can kind of hit you in between the hits, and like he can kind of CC, and like the Stomp is like, nope, you're just freaking dead. So like when I play against Johnny now, he like massively prioritizes like landing sneaky stomps. and he goes for a lot of like shield poke stomp. He goes for a lot of like weird stomps, and I don't think that like you're gonna really get that many against super good Falco players, but I do think that like it should be in your head more than just like being a nair machine. Because there's a lot of times where I'll get opened up for something, or I'll be in like a position and like Falcon will be in that range right next to me where like, I don't know, maybe I'm being an idiot and I up tilt, and like the best Falcons in the world will short hop in place, drift around the up tilt, and stomp me, and then every other Falcon will just see that I whiff the nair and nair it, or see that I whiff my up tilt and nair at me, and then I just hold down and away and I roll and I get out.
Okay.
So like when you can, you want the stomp, but the nair is just way better in terms of like neutral spacing.
Yeah.
This is sort of so I also think that Falcon Falco has a lot of development to be made in like exactly how it works. And so I think that some things that I tell you might end up changing in the future or something like that. So I'll just give you my opinion on a lot of situations. I think that nairing out of shield is really, really bad. And like I think if you're gonna do it, just like, I don't know, frame one nair in place, drift back, fast fall. Like I don't think reaching out to really get Falco out of shield is very good. Because a lot of times I'm like, yeah, it'll hit if Falco immediately jumps in to like attack you in your shield. But honestly, when Falcon is in shield, it's the thing that it's kind of like the Peach matchup. The thing that I'm most happy about is that now he can't dash. His dash momentum is limited, and so I'm more worried about like nairing, like him nairing out of shield, and how I'm going to like hit Falcon. Basically, I'm thinking about how am I going to hit Falcon for the thing he does to get out of his shield, not how am I going to shield pressure him. Because the shield pressure on Falcon's not all that great anyway. Like, he kind of slides really far. Like, Falco has trouble double shining his shield and stuff like that. So, like, I am a big fan of just, like, if you end up shielding, if you can, just get away. Just get to the platform, run away as fast as you can, and reset. The Falcons that I think I have the hardest time with are the ones that play very, like, I'm over here and I'm not interacting at all. And then they're like, suddenly Psycho attack, run in. Okay, run away. I'm not interacting at all. Run off up air, run back to safe spot. And it's just like, dude, like, the ones that sit there and they try to power shield and they try to, like, dash dance with me on the ground and, like, those are the ones that just get destroyed the hardest. I honestly think the mix-up is just so far against you. Like, here, you're like, you got, like, a good nair. Like, you got a good situation. You're like, yes, the exact thing I want. I naired Falco out of the air. Oh, I got traded with, and now I literally died. And it's like, dude, like, that's just not a situation you really, like, want to do too much. So you need to be dashing. Dash, 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 dash. You need your mobility. If you get locked down and you're doing shield, wave dash out of shield, shield, you will lose to every Falco on Earth. It is actually garbage. And it is, like, a situation that basically is like 100-0 Falco. Like, you're not going to, like, maybe 90-10. You're not going to win that. If you're shield wave dashing out, shield again, like, you've already basically given up your stock. Yeah, like right here, like, why are you shielding? Get out of the way. Like right here. Run off up air. You get hit by the laser. Like, you just want to just be gone. Like, they just see, like, the little wind from, like, when you were there a second ago. Like, you just want to get out of here. If you stay here and you interact and you shield and you nair, look at this. Like, you can just literally get murdered out of nothing. Like, oh, Falco was underneath you, so the empty land crouched under the nair, and then you died. And also, if you hit this nair, Falco can CC it. Falco can DI away. Falco can nair through it. Falco can up tilt. I don't know if you've seen my thing, but, like, Falco ducks when he up tilts. So if you nair, he can actually, like, up tilt through the second hit of your nair. It's just kind of bad. You have to abuse your speed. Platform speed, ground speed, you need to basically be covering more ground than Falco at any given moment unless you're strictly stalemating on a side plat, and then you can be kind of stationary.
Okay.
Yeah, but look at this. Like, did you have a chance to win this mix-up? No. Let's look at your actions. Shield, wave dash out, dash in, shield, or dash away, shield. It's like, oh, like, what was your win case there? There was no win case. You just moved around and shielded until you got hit. There needs to at least be some win case. Like, if you're there and you honestly, truly feel trapped beyond anything, just stomp, short hop, double jump, stomp. Like, obviously, I would prefer you try to get away to the side plats or something like that, or just dash away. Mm-hmm. But if you feel trapped, at least go for, like, a high-value option. Like, at least. Like, don't rely on shield, like, maybe getting a shield grab. Like, there are spots where you can get shield grabs on Falco, but they're very, like, baity, and you'll feel the bait where you're like, oh, I'm kind of in a bad spot, and then Falco's like, laser, down air, in, and then you just, like, dash in, get hit early on my shield grab. You know, like, you will get those, but, like, when Falco is on top of you and throwing out 5 million mix-ups like this, no, you're not going to get it. You're just going to die.
So if I'm super consistent with never shielding and always getting away on the side platform, what do I want Falco to do to me? Like, just, like, try to full hop aerial me? Because I assume it's, like, getting to the side platform and, like, dash dancing up there is the stalemate?
No. Okay. So you want to... It's not even the dash... It's mostly you just need to guarantee that the laser misses you. Okay. Because what I'm going to be doing as the Falco is I'm doing this miserable, like, thing for you where I either shoot a laser at your head height or I shoot a laser right over your head as, like, a 50-50. Mm-hmm. And you can't jump over either, so your jumps are completely invalidated. And sometimes you want a power shield or dash after the laser, and the one that misses you will throw off that timing, and it'll put you... Because a lot of times people think, I'll dash in the laser and then dash back. But then they dash in, and the laser doesn't hit them, and now they've, like, been dashing forward for, like, a bunch of extra frames because they thought the laser was going to hit them. Yeah. So the laser will just... I don't really know a way to completely work around the laser as Falcon outside of going to the platform here. Okay. And what you want to look for... The openings that Falcon gets in this matchup are all, like, tiny little openings you would find in, like, a book on, like, the shelf of an old library. Like, they're all these little, like, oh, like, my hurt box was slightly manipulated and I slightly dodged your move into a stomp, or, like, my nair just... your laser was a little bit too low, so I got over it with my nair hurtbox manipulation and kind of tapped you or whatever. Like, I think, like, Wizzy, he usually does the best against me, despite, I think he does worse against other Falcos a lot of times. But, like, I think when Wizzy does well against me, when Johnny does well against me, it's always, or even, like, Soof, although Soof is kind of semi-retired right now. But, it's all these little, like, he's looking for, like, a timing that is kind of inconvenient, and then he's also looking for, like, a spacing that is very, like, small, where you just kind of want to move around the lasers. And like you were kind of saying, where you kind of nair and you, like, look for stuff. It's sort of like you want to be fishing and kind of just look for stuff, but you also want to look for stuff in a way that is, like, not within Falco's structure. Because Falco wants this, like, laser structure on you that, like, sets up your timing. Yeah. According to his rhythm. And so you need to throw off that rhythm using the platforms and kind of make it, like, your rhythm. Like, oh, I run off side plat, get laser, double jump back. Run off side plat, get laser, double jump back. Like, maybe you can kind of set up your own rhythm, and then you're looking for a way to kind of sneak in, and maybe Falco got a little too comfortable with you running off platform, and then so when you do, like, run off, double jump back, waveland off, maybe you get an opening there, or something like that. So you kind of want to just look for these little, like, I'm kind of safe here, and maybe here's a little gotcha that's kind of safe, and it's kind of off rhythm, and then, like, look for that. That, in my experience, has been the best thing Falcon can do. You're not really looking for Falco to attack you while you're on the side platform. That's not, like, the purpose is not to, like, camp side platform. It's that, like, you are in a position where you can basically run off aerial and mix up wavelands, and that is just... And, like, dodge the laser at the same time. So, like, look at this position where, like, you're here, and you're right here, and you get lasered, and you have a chance here to sort of do like a nair or something, but obviously it's risky. So you take the dash back, which is like, good job, the dash back is 100% safe. You take the dash back, you get hit. Falco reads you with the approaching lasers. You're like, okay, maybe this time, here comes the aerial, dash back again. Oh no, you went for the power shield here, and you actually kind of got it. Like, you got...
Yeah, that would have actually worked.
This would have actually worked here, but like, what I way prefer would be like, right here, after this laser, if you're gonna dash away here, dash full hop. Dash away full hop to the side plat, and then if Falco wants to do this, run off up air, run off single hit nair grab, short hop off platform stomp to mix up the timing, all kinds of things from here.
To kind of simplify it for my brain, if you go back to the beginning of that lasers where I had her in the corner, she was lasering out, and I could have like naired to beat it.
Yeah.
Do you think just like having that as sort of a 50-50 here, or maybe it was that one, whichever it was, either nairing to read that they're going to laser forward, or like dashing away and going to the side platforms, like, is that like a good like...
So I think the majority of the time, if you have Falco in the corner, it's a rare opportunity, and you should pretty much take it to like go for the walled nairs or the walled knees and like try to really open up Falco in the corner. That is where I feel the most vulnerable in the matchup as Falco, is when Falcon is kind of holding me in the corner and slowly encroaching with nairs and stuff like that. But if you want to back off, you should probably back off to side plat if you can.
Okay. And is it almost always like, should I basically always go to the opposite platform, or is there some value in like getting onto the one above them? Because I feel like there probably isn't.
It's fine to kind of get on the one above them. It's sort of... it's just riskier. Like, they could just do stuff. Whereas if you dash away full hop to here, it's kind of like Peach. There's nothing she can do to reach you here. Falco, there's nothing Falco can do to reach you over here. And I like it because Falco can't laser me. Falco doesn't have Fox's full hop. So Falco can't super effectively laser the side platform. So it basically lets you play the matchup from a non-laserable position. And it's like, yeah, you have more trouble hitting Falco also. But I'm not when you play this grounded interactive game, your character just loses it. So like, if you're gonna interact, you want it to be on your terms. And the only time it will ever be on your terms is if you use the side plat. Otherwise, no matter how smart you are, no matter what you do, even if you outplay the Falco, it'll be on their terms, which puts you at a disadvantage.
Okay, so I go to side platform. They jump up to the other side platform to start lasering me. Is it? Like,
oh yeah, that's perfect. Then you just go to the ground, and now you have a pretty good pressure.
Okay.
But then if they come down, basically when they come down, you get kind of like one mix-up to maybe get them when they come down, or pressure them while they're on the side plat, and then you can kind of just dip again. Like the Falcons that I think the type of play that bothers me the most is the ones that like, because as Falco, I can kind of do this thing, like I can kind of play with the Falcon's mental state. I can make them feel very like yeah, okay, come on, here we go. And like as the Falcon, if you get into that mentality, it's over. You have to be very much like, I'm safe, I'm hanging back, and then you don't want to let the Falco dictate the pace. This is like the way to beat Falco beyond actually defeating the character itself, like hitbox to hitbox, is don't let Falco control the pace, because that's what Falco wants against Falcon all the time, is the pace control. And if you're just sitting on the side plat like, go on Falco, get closer, maybe I'll run off an up air, and Falco has to like, I don't really wanna, and and it gets really patient and like annoying, a lot of times Falcos will just kind of be stupid and give you something. And it's like, yeah, is that
down for that?
And it's like, yeah, like 90% of Falcos will.
Yeah.
And
like they're giving me nairs right now. So
and the ones that don't give it to you can't really like get you. for doing it. A lot of times Falcon camping side plat, I get kind of like, I get kind of loose pressure where I can kind of hang around here, and maybe I'll try to get Falcon to swing at me, or sometimes I full hop to top plat, and then I'll shield for a second and maybe try to like pressure here. And some of those are good positions for Falco, but the important part is none of them are as friendly and easy and go-to winny for Falco as just lasering, and the Falcon's like, shield wave dash. Like, every Falco on Earth will beat you for that. Literally every Falco on the planet.
I just lost one yesterday, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like right here, it's like, okay, what was Falco's... Like, let's look at this from Falco's end. It's like, okay, what is Falco doing here? It's like laser, jump in, laser. Oh, it's right here. This is the part. So laser on Falcon out of the air. Great. You know that Falcon has to land from the aerial. So you're like, okay, I get an offensive pressure. If you just dash back out of this, pretty good. But you shield, and so Falcon's like, okay, get like laser pressure, get this. You wave dash out. Oh, you got sniped. Oh, you're dead. And it's like, wait a minute. None of this should have occurred because you should have just dashed back here immediately or taken the laser here out of the nair right here and then just double jumped out.
Yep.
And so it's like, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so you end up in these bad spots that just don't need to be occurring at all. Like, it doesn't, like, it's less about, like, getting, like, you get this, like, yay, you get this, haha, but, like, the method that allowed you to get this was what put you to, like, way down in the first place.
Right.
Was, like, dashing back into the corner from every laser and never really being safe from it. So, yeah, you will get those. You will get that, like, yeah, I got the nair and the knee, but you're ultimately playing kind of like a losing matchup position to get stuff like that.
Agreed.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was sick.
And yeah, so like, yeah, look at all this. Look at all this. Where does this come from? So, okay, that one,
I think I was just slow.
weird hard read on the up air. No reason to do that at 0. And then, oh, what's this? Let me see. What happens here? So, bad up air off ledge, really greedy. So then you have to do this roll, and then you stomp here instead of just dipping, instead of just leaving, and then, yeah, there you go. That's another whole stock. And that is why we have to play, like, it's kind of like if you just played against Puff by, like, jumping in and throwing out mix-ups. And, like, you're gonna get up air rested eventually, and you have to kind of play against Puff in situations where you won't get up air rested. And you're like, oh, but, like, the payoffs in those positions aren't as, like, simple to register. And it's like, yeah. Like, it's just not, it's like the nice nair you get that kills Falco is great, but you can't just, like, look for it out of all these positions. You have to play it only out of the positions where you're kind of safe ahead of time, and that, like, misses out. Like, you'll feel like you're missing out on a lot of opportunities, but you're also causing Falco to miss out on even more opportunities.
And that's far more important.
And that's way more important. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So main mix-ups offside platform, runoff up air. I know you've mentioned runoff single hit in air.
Yeah.
It's basically just that, and then like double jumping back on, or is wave landing back?
Yeah, wave landing back is fine. Like runoff, double jump, or runoff, double jump back, wave land back, pretty safe. Just drop through the platform is pretty safe. Like full hop to top plat stomp is pretty safe. Short hop to the other side's pretty safe. Like it's mostly this space that gets contested, where Falco does not want to enter this space because of your like runoff aerials. But like I said, it's not that you're defending the platform forever. The platform gives you like a launch pad where you can play the matchup without being in constant danger of lasers.
Yeah, so I can actually like jump somewhere.
And so basically just practice the matchup and practice playing the matchup and looking for opportunities by like zoop, and then look for something, and then, oh, I didn't get it, we'll go back, look for something again, go back, you know? And it's not 100% as simple as that, But
Yeah.
that's basically the same level of complexity as look for nairs, except it's like look for nairs, but from a position where I'm not just in Falco's like patterns the entire time.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay, I believe we're about at an hour now.
I think so, yeah. The I think I only had like one more question.
Yeah, sure.
So as right now, because like I was saying about like getting shined and then like dared off stage because I just like DI'd to the side. Lately, I've been trying to just like experiment with what happens if I just like always DI towards the center line. Like, what does Falco have to do to like beat that? Is that like a good enough level 1 against like most Falcos, or is that just gonna get me shit on the moment I fight anyone that's like remotely competent? Because I know Magi hit me with like some weak bear dare, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, that one makes sense. But is
Um,
there a
yeah,
simple DI to go for when I'm not sure what to do,
yeah,
or a
sure.
place to
Like
DI
just
to?
yeah, just like hold in under 60 and over 60 suffer.
I mean, that's fair.
like if you like basically you can still kind of like if you're on the ground at 60, I would still hold in.
Okay.
Once you're in the air at 60, maybe like neutral DI. Because like if you hold in at 60 plus, you just get back air down aired.
Hmm.
Um, it's it's
I know it's not simple, but
yeah, so it's definitely not that simple, but what you want is not to go off stage.
yes, I have
So
learned that recently.
so at lower percents, I actually think stuff like SDIing up on the shine is kind of strong, like secretly,
Okay.
especially on FD. Like DIing in and SDIing up on the shine crazy hard, like it just makes their combo tree like harder. And a lot of times, if you SDI up mad far on the shine, especially like down air shine, uh, down air shine, and the second shine, you just hard SDI up to center of like FD. They are not
Uh-huh.
gonna be able to like kill you directly. They're gonna have to do like up air into a shark or something like that.
Okay, that's kind of shit I'm looking for.
And you can kind of implement that on other stages, but they can do stuff like, shine and then go up and shine. Basically, shine is your escape move. Like when they shine you, that's kind of your chance to escape. Uh, there's lots of ways where Falcon can kind of just go up and away in ways that Falco can't really do anything about it. But ultimately, like you're kind of messed
Yeah,
up when Falco
it's
hits
bad.
you.
Like it's bad.
Yeah, but like I would say just like SDI to get kind of up and onto the stage as much as you can, and it's sort of a difficult thing for Falco.
Okay.
And
As long as I'm making him use his brain.
there's a lot of little specifics where you can get out that like I don't know. Like there's just a lot of spots where like I'll hit Falcon with a combo and I'll be like, oh, on that DI in that position, there's a difficult follow up. But I can't give you like a list of those. Like they're
Sure.
there. But yeah, that's my best like trick is just like SDI up, get to center, hope that they can't kill you. But yeah, DIing away from the shine at like 30 or something, unless you're going to a side plat. Like I think if you can get to side plat, that's really good for Falcon.
Okay.
Like try to get to the side plat. But a lot of
Really is my
times,
friend.
but if I shine you at 30 and you DI away, I'll just wave dash forward smash, and you're pretty much dead. So it's a tough game. You're gonna die sometimes without any control, and your
Yeah.
goal should basically just be if Falco does a bad lazy combo, I will get out.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. That's all I really have for the DI. A lot of the DI comes from knowing the types of combos that Falco wants on Falcon, which I think just requires a lot of like Falco knowledge. So I would just say start with this and start with the little tricks and the extra platform stuff and just see where that kind of gets you for now.
Okay.
But okay, great talking to you. Hope you have a good one and it was a fun lesson.
Yep. Appreciate all the info. I'm sure I'll hit you up for another one.
Great. Yeah,
Before
and
the
if you
year
have any
ends.
extra questions or clips or something based on this, feel free to send them to me in the meantime.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Sounds good.
Great. Peace.
Yep. See ya.